Hello, welcome to this short video clip. I am grateful to be here with you today. My name is Zarina Valdez, and I am here because I am a Procter Gallagher consultant. I am affiliated to this institute called Procter Gallagher Institute, and I just want to share with you a quick life-changing piece of information. It's interesting, right? How a couple of minutes can plant a seed and change, you know, the course of someone's life. And well, this is what happened to Bob Proctor, who's my mentor and teacher. And he was introduced to this idea that I would really like to share with you. I hope you have an open mind because it could sound silly at the beginning, but believe me, it is not silly at all. And while we get into it, I'll just give you a little bit of the background here, all right? So Bob was traveling when he was younger in age, and he met this person that people told him that was a wise person. And they said, you should listen to him, he's wise. So off he went to one of his seminar events. And at the end of the seminar, he wanted to spend more time with him. So he approached to him and proposed. And they ended up being together for like 3 days instead of a couple of hours. So imagine how much information he shared. And I just want to tell you a little bit of that whole conversation that can really change your life. And as I said, it's interesting how small shifts can make big changes. So here we go. This guy said to Bob, "Who are you? Who are you?" And he said, "Well, I'm Bob." And Bob said, Bob got the answer that that's his name. So then he was thinking, well, then this is me, but this is our body, So then it all came down to the fact that we're living in three planes of understanding, and it's a spiritual being with an intellect living in a body. A spiritual being with an intellect living in a physical body. So these are our three planes: our spirit, our mind, and our body, right? Now, if we go to think about this morning's cup of coffee, right? You can see a standard size of a cup, and you can even see the coffee inside, right? Now, what color is the coffee? Is it dark? Does it have milk? How does your coffee look like? And then we can even think about the kitchen table. Is it a round table? Is it a squared table? How many chairs do you have around your kitchen table? And then we can even think about what we do after breakfast. We go in and wash our cup and our plates, right? And we can see the shape of the plates and the cup, right? Is it a white cup? Maybe. In my case, it's a colored cup. But you might be thinking, what the heck is she talking about, right? And what I'm talking about is how we think in pictures, all right? So you walked and sat down in your kitchen table, I can bet you, and you saw the color of your coffee or the color of how you think about coffee, right? You saw, you know, your plate, maybe a white plate. You walked around, you know, from your kitchen towards the place where you wash your dishes, you know? So all of this is based on pictures, right? So we think in pictures. So if I were to tell you elephant, you can see, you know, a huge animal, maybe a gray animal, right? You can even see maybe what's around the elephant, right? You maybe see trees around it, or, you know, the soil in the ground where he's walking, right? So again, we think in pictures. Now, at that time of Bob's conversation, he was thinking, well, how did we go from our mind, our three planes of understanding, to a kitchen, you know? But it all has a reason. Now, if we think about this, we think in pictures, and if we were to think about the picture of our mind, well, how does our mind look like? We know how an elephant looks like. How does our mind look like? So this is where it starts to get interesting. Now, we might not have a picture of our mind. We might not have it right now, right? Because you know what? No one has ever seen the mind. So if we're talking about one of the biggest tools humans have ever had and will ever have, our mind, you know, we all know that our mind is so powerful. How come we are not operating with any picture of our mind? If we think in pictures, you know, so how are we ever going to understand ourselves if we don't even have a picture of our biggest tool, which is our mind? So this is what I would like to introduce you to. And it's called the stick person. The stick person, and again, this has changed so many lives across so many decades. This has changed the course of several companies. This has been the responsible for billions of dollars in income. So pay close attention, all right? I will go ahead and draw it here for you. And I would love for you to draw it in your house, in your office, wherever you are. Grab a piece of paper and go ahead and draw it with me, all right? So here it goes. If you let the circle right here represent your mind, all right? Now, it's important for me to say that this is not how it is, but we've got to have a picture, right? So just bear with me. Let this circle represent your mind, all right? Now, we all know that we have the subconscious mind down here and an intellectual mind. This is where thoughts come from, and this is where feelings come from. So I'll draw a heart here on our subconscious mind, all right? Then, when we were talking about how the mind looks like, you might have been inclined to think about your brain. But let me tell you something. Your brain is not the mind any more than your fingernail is. That's how Bob says it, and I loved it because it's so true, right? Our mind and our brain are two different things, right? So over here, I will draw another small circle, which represents your body, okay? So our mind is over here, and our body is over here, including our brain, all right? So you see why it's called the stick person? As I said, it could sound silly, but guess what? Now you have a picture to operate with. And our body is an instrument of the mind. And as our quality of the thoughts in our mind increase and get better and better and better, our quality of our body will too. And not only our body, but also our action. Okay? and therefore our results. So one last circle over here with an R for results. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. I invite you to watch it all over again and to draw it on your own as well. And then you can start playing around with it, right? What could be here inside your intellectual mind? What thoughts are coming through? And what feelings are you working with? What are you emotionally involved with? And how is this being reflected in your body and in your actions and therefore in your results? All right, so again, this was Serena Valdez. I am a Procter Gallagher consultant and I am grateful to have shared this with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Ciao.